Hello, this is Kate Sullivan, and today we're going to be completing a task analysis. So, to begin completing our task analysis, we are going to start by filling out the top information. So, my name is Kate Sullivan. It is 11:25:18 today. Right now, I am at my kitchen table. And we are going to pay the bills today. The time began is 8:59 p.m. So the first step in our task analysis is to check the mail for a bill. So I'm going to walk to the mailbox to see if there is a bill for me in there. Here's my mailbox. And it looks like there is a mail, or there is a bill, and it is addressed to me. So now I'm going to take it back to the table. And we have completed step 1, so I can check that step off of my list. Now, we've also received the bill. The bill looks like it's from Mediacom, which is where we buy our Wi-Fi from. So we have received a bill. Now we must open the bill from from Mediacom. So I'm going to open this bill. And this is what it looks like. So I can check that off my list for step 3. Now step 4 says understand how much money you owe the company billing you. So it says right here that the total amount due is $52.23. I understand that the bill is for $52.23. So I checked that off for step 4. Now I must get out my checkbook according to the list, which is right here, and get out a pen, which I have right here. So I can check step 4 or 5 and 6 off of my list. Step 5, get out a checkbook, and step 6, get out a pen. On the check where it says pay to order, you must write the company's name, is what my list says. So on my check, it says pay to order right here. And the company billing us is Mediacom. So I'm going to write Mediacom on that pay to order line. And I'm going to check off that item from the list. Now, the 8th step is on the line beneath pay to order, write out the amount of money you owe the company in words. So I owe the company $52 and 23 cents. So I wrote that on the line underneath the pay to order line, just like my list says. And I'm going to check that step off of my list. Now, step 9 is to write today's date on the line that says date. So I found the line that says date on my check, and today's date is 11/25/18. So I wrote that date on my check, and I get to cross that off of my list. Step 10 says to write what the bill is for on the line that says memo. For example, if you're paying the electricity bill, write electricity on the memo line. So on this memo line, I'm going to write Wi-Fi because I'm paying for my Wi-Fi. So I completed that step, and now I'm going to check that off of my list. Step 11 says to sign my name on the final line in the right corner. So that is what I'm going to do. Now, I checked that line off of, I checked that step off of my sheet and I wrote my name on the corner. Now, I'm going to rip out the check from a checkbook. So it's just by itself. And I'm going to get out an envelope, which I have right here. I have my envelope, so I'm going to check that step off of my list along with the rip out my check. I forgot to check that off earlier. So now I have steps 1 through 13 complete. Step 14 says on the top left corner, write my name. So my envelope, this is the top left corner of my envelope. I'm gonna write my name, just like it says. And I'm going to check that step off of my list. Now, step 15 says under your name, write your house number and street name. So, my house number is 321 Robin Road, and that's my street name as well. And so I finished that step, and so I'm going to cross that off of my list. Now, step 16 says under your house number and street name, write your city, state, and zip code. So I live in Iowa City, in the state of Iowa, and my zip code is 52245. I get to cross that off my list now. Step 17 says, in the center of the envelope, write the company's name. So, like I said earlier, the company is Mediacom. So I'm gonna write that in the center of my envelope, just like that. I'm gonna check that off my list as well. Step 18 says, under their name, write the company's street number and street name. So Mediacom is under the address 631 Clinton Street. So I wrote that on my envelope, and I'm going to cross that off of my list. Step 19 on my task analysis says, under the street number and name, write the company's city, state, and zip code. So Mediacom, underneath the street name, I'm going to write Iowa City, Iowa, and the zip code 52242, just like that. Now, I get to cross that off my list. Now, step 20 says to get stamps. So, I am going to find my stamp, which is right here, and I got it from the stamp drawer. And I get to cross that off my list now. Step 21 says to unstick my stamp right here. So I'm going to peel my stamp off of the stamps. And I get to cross that one off my list as well. Now, it says to place the stamp, step 22 says to place the stamp on the very top right corner of my envelope. So, in the top right corner, I'm going to put the stamp down, just like that. Now, I get to cross that item off my list. Now, step 23 says to put the check in the envelope. So I'm gonna take my check that I had earlier and place it inside of my envelope. Come on. Okay, now that that's completed, I get to check that off my list and seal it shut. Now, the final step is step 24, and it says to put the envelope with the check in it in the mail. So to complete our task analysis, we are going to put this envelope back in the mailbox so it can be sent back to MediaCom, and I have paid my bills. Now let's go check that off of our list. Step 24 is checked off, and we have finished our task analysis and paid our bills. Thank you so much. We almost forgot that we also must put the time completed and the total time. The time completed was 9:10 p.m., which makes the total time 11 minutes long. Now we have finished our task analysis. Thank you so much.